My name's Sophie Conran and I am I think I'm a designer, cook, a businesswoman, entrepreneur, mother, gardener and yeah, lover of life. So my business is really about making the home as good as it could be. My philosophy is that the home, if you have a happy home, then it kind of percolates into the rest of your life, and it's the sort of main foundation of a happy life. So my business is about thinking about that, thinking about how we interact at home, thinking about the little things like having a cup of tea and what it really means and how you want to feel. So I'm very lucky to work with some amazing people, and I do designing and product development, and I have an online business, all to do with making happy homes. The project that stands out is working with Portmeirion. I was really, really lucky. I had a pie business and was writing cookery books, and I was at a dinner party with a friend. It was a friend's birthday. We were all having a great time, and this friend of mine worked doing the PR for Portmeirion, and she said, would you be interested in doing collaboration with them? And that was about 12 years ago, and I've just loved it. They're incredible, and we've done hundreds of pieces. We're always developing new pieces. I work particularly with a chap called Julian, and he comes here. We had lots of cups of tea, lots of dirty jokes, lots of fun. I collect antiques and love going to vintage fairs and antique fairs. So I'm always looking for sort of inspiration there, and that sort of feeds into it. So yeah, I feel very lucky. Well, for me, it wasn't, I didn't know that it was a different family to everybody else, so it's just family life. I've got loads of siblings, which is great. It was very creative. There was always loads of people around. We moved to, my parents bought an old school when I was about 8 years old, which was a building site, so I grew up on a building site, which was really good fun. And my mum's a cookery writer. They did the gardens, so we all had fresh vegetables, we had chickens and pigs, we had people visiting from all over the world, really inspiring people, and they were having a lot of fun. And so being a Conran, definitely people are interested to speak to you. But once you've got your foot in the door, you have to prove yourself. So this funny thing, a few people want to see you fail as well. So you have to have done your homework. You just have to be fluid. You just have to kind of greet things as they come along and be excited by them. You know, even if there's a disaster, even if something goes wrong, you've got to try and see it as a learning experience. And I think for me, being dyslexic has been an advantage in a way in the business world, because as a dyslexic, when you are asked to do something, you can't take the traditional route. The obvious answers don't come to you, so you have to circumnavigate it in order to arrive to the place. So I think that that's been a sort of good thing, really. I think you're very lucky if 30% is great fun and 70% is hard work. And I think you've got to remember that. It gives you a huge amount of freedom in lots of ways, but it's with you every second of every day, every single day of the year. So it's a fantastic thing to be able to do, but it's your responsibility, and if it's going to work, then it's up to you to make it work. Wealth for me is an ability to do what I want to do. So we've got an amazing house in the country that we are redoing, and a garden, and doing it up and doing the garden and bringing abundance to it, and I've got a big vegetable garden. And yeah, it's a wealth. It's having great friends, isn't it? That's a wealth, and interesting conversations. It's the ability to travel and see things around the world for work and for pleasure. I think there's wealth in lots of places, and I think depending on your state of mind, it's easier to find or not. Success for me is being surrounded by a fantastic team, which I'm lucky that I have, and being able to go into things positively, a fantastic family, and of course, really importantly, home life. Fulfilment comes in all shapes and sizes. You know, it's the sun rising in the morning. It's a quiet moment having a cup of tea. It's seeing your children giggling. Yeah, it's having customers coming to the website and sending letters saying, this is wonderful. It's, yeah, lots of little things.